Keir Starmer's leadership is under fire like never before, and the stakes couldn't be higher. This week, the UK's political stage witnessed explosive drama as former US President Donald Trump and tech billionaire Elon Musk publicly called out Starmer for what they claim are massive failures in leadership. From accusations of mishandling sensitive national issues to bold critiques of his energy policies, Starmer now faces a storm of backlash that's sparking outrage across Britain. Could this be the beginning of the end for Starmer's political reign? Or is he about to face his greatest challenge yet? Let's break down the drama, the accusations, and the fallout that has everyone talking. The political spotlight is shining brighter than ever on Keir Starmer, and not in a way he might hope. This week, he found himself at the center of a storm after scathing critiques from none other than Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Trump, fresh off his inauguration as the 47th President of the United States, pulled no punches, criticizing Starmer's energy policies and accusing him of failing to embrace solutions like fracking to combat soaring energy costs. Musk, meanwhile, didn't hold back either, targeting Starmer's alleged inaction on pressing issues like grooming gangs, sparking a wave of public frustration. These public rebukes come at a time when Starmer is already battling a decline in public confidence, with many questioning his ability to address the nation's most urgent challenges. But what makes this moment even more significant is how it mirrors growing dissatisfaction with leadership in the UK, as many look across the Atlantic and compare Starmer's cautious approach to Trump's bold, action-oriented style. So, what led to this unprecedented fallout, and what does it mean for Starmer's leadership and Britain's future? Let's dive into the events, the reactions, and the growing public outcry that's shaking the UK's political landscape. The confrontation began when Donald Trump, during his inaugural address as the 47th President of the United States, made a pointed critique that sent shockwaves across the Atlantic. Referring to Keir Starmer's leadership and policy choices, Trump declared, "The UK needs strong leadership, not misguided energy policies that hurt its people. Fracking works. Energy independence works. But what's happening now is a mistake." This statement, seen as a direct challenge to Starmer, reignited debates about Britain's handling of its energy crisis and Starmer's ability to navigate critical decisions. Elon Musk then added fuel to the fire with an even more incendiary comment. Taking to social media, Musk accused Starmer of failing to address grooming gangs during his tenure as head of the Crown Prosecution Service, stating, "Starmer's inaction is a betrayal to the British public. Leaders must be held accountable for the safety of their citizens." Musk's statement resonated with a significant portion of the public, particularly those who have long criticized the lack of action on such issues. The hashtag #StarmerMustGo began trending as frustration with his leadership reached new heights. Starmer, facing mounting pressure, responded during a public appearance, attempting to downplay the criticism as grandstanding by political figures trying to score points. "I'm here to focus on what matters to British families, not to engage in political theatre," he remarked. However, his dismissive tone only seemed to exacerbate the backlash. Many saw his response as out of touch with the growing concerns of ordinary citizens, particularly as energy bills continued to soar and unresolved societal issues lingered. The most dramatic moment came when a poll released the following day revealed a significant drop in Labour support, with public trust in Starmer's leadership reaching an all-time low. Reform UK, seen as a rising alternative, surged in popularity, with commentators speculating that Starmer's failure to address these criticisms head-on could mark a turning point in his political career. As tensions escalated, the confrontation between Starmer and his critics highlighted a deeper struggle within UK politics, a battle between traditional leadership and a public increasingly demanding decisive, no-nonsense action. It was a moment that underscored just how precarious Starmer's position had become. The fallout from this political confrontation was swift and intense, leaving a significant mark on the public discourse and Starmer's leadership. Donald Trump's sharp critique, coupled with Elon Musk's biting accusation, triggered a wave of public outcry that stretched across both sides of the Atlantic. Social media exploded, with hashtags like #StarmerMustGo and #FailedLeadership trending for days. For many, the situation highlighted long-standing frustrations with the Labour leader's perceived inability to address key national concerns, from energy policy to public safety. Supporters of Trump and Musk rallied behind their statements, hailing them as voices of reason in a political landscape they viewed as out of touch. Meanwhile, critics of Starmer pointed to these high-profile rebukes as evidence of his waning credibility, both domestically and internationally. Clips of Trump's bold remarks and Musk's scathing tweets went viral, igniting debates in living rooms and workplaces across the UK. However, Starmer's allies defended him, accusing Trump and Musk of opportunism and distraction tactics. Some argued that the criticism was a calculated attempt to undermine Labour's efforts ahead of the next election. Despite this defence, cracks within Starmer's party began to show, with murmurs of dissatisfaction growing louder. Public opinion polls revealed a troubling trend for Labour, with a noticeable drop in support as voters expressed scepticism about Starmer's ability to lead during an economic and social crisis. Beyond the political theatrics, the broader implications of this confrontation became clear. The debate over fracking and energy independence reignited, with many calling for a re-evaluation of the UK's energy strategy. Similarly, the resurfacing of grooming gang allegations fueled public demands for transparency and justice, issues that Starmer could no longer afford to sideline. In many ways, this episode underscored a deeper frustration among voters. The public's patience with vague promises and evasive answers seemed to be wearing thin. They wanted decisive action and authentic leadership, qualities they felt were lacking in the current political climate. As the dust settled, one thing was clear: this confrontation wasn't just a passing scandal. It exposed the fragility of Starmer's leadership and brought to the forefront the growing divide between the political establishment and the public it serves. The question now is whether Starmer can regain trust and steer his party through the storm, or if this marks the beginning of the end for his political journey. This confrontation between Keir Starmer and his critics has undoubtedly shaken the political landscape, exposing deep frustrations with leadership and decision-making in the UK. From Donald Trump's biting critique to Elon Musk's pointed accusations, it's clear that the stakes have never been higher for Starmer as he faces mounting pressure from both domestic and international figures. The public reaction has been equally intense, with calls for accountability and a re-evaluation of the nation's priorities taking centre stage. At its core, this isn't just about politics, it's about trust, action, and whether those in power can truly address the pressing challenges facing the country. Energy security, justice, and economic stability remain key concerns for the public, and this clash has only amplified the demand for real solutions. The question now is, can Starmer rise above the criticism and deliver, or will this moment define his leadership as one of missed opportunities? As the dust begins to settle, one thing is certain: the public is watching closely. What are your thoughts on this dramatic showdown? Let us know in the comments. If you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for more updates on the stories shaping the world.